Alright, here's a project. I got messing with some stuff today, and I went down and I bought some fabric or some vinyl. Looks pretty close to original colors. It's not too terribly bad actually. I was quite impressed with the fact that it's probably gonna match up pretty reasonable. Anyway, I obviously I'm not an upholstery guy, but I think that anything is better than what the last guy did. Duct tape. And he painted it red. Anyway, I'm going to try to take that material, clean what good material is back here, and I'm actually going to try to glue it in place. Don't know if it's going to work. Anyways, I'm going to give it a go. I'll do a video and show you what it looks like in the end, because really this is probably the worst of the interior. I could put a seat cover on it, but I guess trying to do a budget build, why not try to do something budget? Alright, good to know. Alright, I'm about halfway through gluing it on there. The edges, not so good right there, but on this side turned out pretty decent. So once I glue it all on there, or finish gluing it all on there, I'll show you a finished product. It's a little bit lumpy, but if you consider what it looked like before I started, I really didn't have a nice smooth surface to work with. Anyways, it is what it is, and being a budget build, that's gonna look great in comparison to duct tape and red paint. Anyway, show you when I'm done. Okay, I'm going to call this a finished product. You know what? It's not the best thing ever, but when you consider what the seat looked like at the beginning and what it looks like now, I'm thinking for the whole $5 I invested in the vinyl, I can live with that. Considering this is a budget build. So I got it fairly close in here, but a little bit of a gap. Well, I'd expect it to be perfect. I am using glue. Anyways, this side turned out a little bit better, a little bit tighter. And I just pulled it around the back side. Pulled it around the back side, and I actually did attach it with hog rings. So not too bad. I am going to slap her in the car. Call it good enough. Far better than duct tape. Okay, here's something kind of interesting, I guess, I think. After messing with the top of that seat, which, like I said, didn't turn out too bad. I was pretty okay with that. I kind of decided that I had a whole bunch of extra vinyl left over, and I had a bunch of spots that were really crappy. Like, this is an example. Bottom of the back doors. It's kind of this old cardboard red. I don't know. I don't think it was original, but whatever it was, it doesn't matter. It was crappy. And these little pieces that kind of went to the back. I'll show you in a second where they went. Anyways, I made templates out of the pieces that I had, and then I cut templates out of this, like a mahogany, a light mahogany plywood. I think it's mahogany. Anyways. Don't matter, I had it left over in my shop from God knows what. Anyways, so I started building these little panels, and I just used that same glue and pulled the vinyl tight and just wrapped it. And with a hairdryer and a couple of little clamps, I got all this to actually fit pretty nice and tight. Like, they really don't look too bad. And really, the vinyl didn't cost me any more money, and the plywood was scrap that I had around here. So again, the bottom of the doors, same kind of thing. I just had the plywood and extra stuff. So I'll show you kind of where they go. And this project probably only took me, let me say, in the area of about 2.5 hours, maybe. Anyways, okay, let's see if we can get in here and show you where they go. The bottom of the door first. So the rest of the door panel is kind of, you know, it's not terrible. It's got a little spot right there, but I think I can glue that and fix it. Anyways, so yeah, that cardboard stuff was down here, so I'm kind of looking and I'm thinking to myself, you know what, that's not terribly bad. It's going to look, you know, pretty nice considering it's a budget build. So let me just show you where that other piece goes. It goes right in here. Sort of against the, I guess it would be the B pillar, I suppose, in this car. Right down to the bottom of the floor. So it'll just sort of fit in there, and it doesn't have any trim on the edges anymore in here. But I don't think that that's really going to make that much of a difference. I'm just going to screw her in, and hey, it's better than rotten cardboard. And then somebody else had already rebuilt these ones. But I just sort of slammed them in there. I found them in the trunk when I bought the car. Anyway. Alright, well, maybe I'll take some pictures of how it all turns out. With the seat and all the panels and stuff in place, and get back. Alright, here's an update on the interior. So for my $20 spent, or whatever it was, something like that, I got those little side pieces done. They didn't turn out too bad. They look good enough for what I want, for a budget situation. And I got that bottom door panel done. I'll walk around and show it to you in a second. Top of that seat, kind of lumpy, but I'm kind of liking it because it didn't cost me a lot of money. I put in the back sail panel pieces that somebody else had already built. There's that same piece on that side that I made. Looks pretty good, tucks in there pretty nice. And the bottom of the seat was in good shape, so I didn't worry about that. So there's an addition, the seat belts. I wasn't going to put seat belts in the car, but my wife won't let me take my kids out without seat belts. So I ordered some seat belts from Impala Bob's and procrastinated for quite a while to actually put them in. Well, when I started looking to see where they actually would go, well, believe it or not, there's little dimples in the floor where they actually go, so they were pretty simple. I procrastinated for absolutely no reason at all. Anyway, it looks pretty good. I like the way it turned out. Let's see if I can give you a picture of the bottom of the door panels. Doesn't look too bad. Pretty much the same situation on the opposite side. Let's see if we can take a wander around and show you that one. Same kind of thing. Didn't turn out too bad. So these are my next project. I have some little bit of material left over, so I'm going to refinish those. And I do also believe that I'm going to refinish that back deck because somebody did it in like a burgundy-ish kind of material. And looks like crap. Anyway, it's cheap enough to deal with. So I was missing this armrest here on this side. So I just took my belt sander and I sanded down a chunk of wood, wrapped it in the red vinyl that I had. It's not padded, but I think it turned out pretty good as well. So, seat belts for the front. I haven't got to that yet. It's on my list, but I can drive it without the seat belts. I'm not worried about it. It's just my kids and my wife seems to be worried about it, which is probably a good thing, I suppose. Anyway, here's my update for now, and I will get back to you with more progress later.